All right, last thing here, put up this poll. This is from the NBC News poll came out over the weekend. They did the favorable, unfavorable rating of three top Democrats, 126. Guys, I'm just curious if you were working for any of these three politicians and you saw these numbers and your boss said, "Hey, is that okay? Is that good enough?" What would you tell them? AOC, her favorable amongst all voters, 31%. Her favorability with Democrats, positive feelings about her, 65%. Kamala Harris, favorable with all voters, 34%. Democrats, 67%. Gavin Newsom, favorable with all voters, 27%. All voters, or Democratic voters, 52%. Kevin, if you worked for these three, what would you tell them about these numbers? Good enough, sour mood, fine, or this is like a little daunting?
It's a little daunting, right? Again, 51 unfave. Again, comparing to the president and job approval, okay. Compare me to the almighty, not to the alternative. Reverse that. But again, I think your conversation with Gavin Newsom from last week is so uh, uh, illustrative of his current situation, and he's out there saying people have Newsom derangement syndrome, which you see in that number at 46, which is the highest compared to Kamala Harris, who actually is more well known than the governor of California. So, I think Gavin has some more work to do than even the former vice president on this front.
Hogan, are these numbers par for the course, or are they bad?
I mean, they're not good. You wouldn't want them necessarily, but when you're comparing them to the field, my bigger question is if I'm helping them with strategies to find out why they sit where they sit, what those underlying thoughts are, and
Yeah.
then try and do everything I could between now and election time to change those with various events and speeches, et cetera, et cetera. But these people are so well known within the Democrat Party at this point. That's going to be a little difficult maybe to do.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, time for your questions and comments. As always, come on in, unmute, tell us where you are, what's on your mind, and we could start nowhere else but America's leading birthday boy. Professor Kenny, happy birthday. Thank you for being part of Two-Way. The floor is yours, sir.
Thank you, Mark. Thank you, two-way community. Everybody's been very generous. Mark, you've always been generous to me, and thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
So a couple of things. You bringing up Kamala. I think Kamala is going to be the Democratic nod. I really do. I think that she's going to come out of this whole mess as the lead Democrat. That's just an opinion, but I've been analyzing, and I just don't see any other Democrats coming ahead. But there's one caveat to that, and that's all the word salad stuff. If she can correct that, I think she'll come out. She'll come out ahead.
Hold on, let's respond on that. There's a story in Politico today by Jonathan Martin that says, with few exceptions, most Democrats are very skeptical that she'll run, and very skeptical if she runs, she'll win. So it's not yours is not a consensus view. Kevin, how do you rate her chances currently?
Listen, I think she's keeping her options open, right? She engaged in the Texas primary. She's raising money. She's hiring staff. Professor, to your point, I think she did way better, even though coming up short in the general election, than she did in the primary. Let's not forget she dropped out, before even the Iowa votes were counted, because of an inability to run an effective campaign for the Democratic primary. But the one thing she has really going for her, Professor, to your point, backbone of my party, Black women, right? And she's got strong support within that community. And I think that would be one of the key reasons to stay in this race and actually do it.
I'm sorry.
She literally called Joe Biden a segregationist and a sex criminal from the debate stage. And
then we get over that, just like MAGA World gets over that too, Hogan. We move past that.
T-shirts made even, by the way, and still didn't make it work. Yeah, listen, I think Professor Kennedy, happy birthday. And
Thank you.
I think she's got a shot because she is well known, but that's also her problem. And the word salad stuff you just mentioned, the caveat, she's already given like 2 interviews about her book that have turned into word salads and have been horrible. So I think when she talks, it's a jarring reminder of how bad of a candidate she actually is. And I don't know that she can go the distance. To your other point, though, who surges? There's always somebody who's going to surge and catch fire to some degree at the right time and have the votes to get it done. Don't know who that's going to be, but they'll get somebody.
Hey, want to be part of the Two-Way community all the time? Hit the subscribe button. Great video clips like this, plus conversations like no other, full episodes, and more always available on this channel. You got to hit subscribe to never miss a thing. You can now listen to full episodes of The Morning Meeting and Two Way Tonight on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.